This is our last example here of order of operations, and if you'll notice, as we're kind of looking at this problem to see what we need to do first, what order we need to do them in, we notice that we have multiplication, division, and subtraction. But we also have these symbols here, these square root symbols. Well, if you'll remember from our discussion about exponents and square rooting, the squaring moves one direction and square rooting moves the other direction. Squaring and square rooting are opposite operations from each other. Well, just like multiplication and division are opposite operations, and addition and subtraction are opposite operations, squaring and square rooting are also. So when we talk about exponents coming after parentheses, not only would exponents but also their opposite operation, which would be square rooting, or taking the root of, which we'll dive into more in another course. But we don't have any parentheses here, grouping symbols, so our next order of business should be exponents. Well, we don't have exponents, but we do have square roots. And since those are opposite operations from squaring, we have to take care of those before anything else. So I'm going to do them one at a time. Well, I think, to tell you the truth, just to save a little bit of time here, let's go ahead and do each one of those together. So I have 5 times the square root of 36 would be 6 times the square root of 100 would be 10 divided by 4 times the square root of 81 is 9, and then minus 7 times 2. Now, if you wanted to only do those one at a time, write down the rest of the problem and then do the next one, write down the rest of the problem and then do the third one, and write down the rest of the problem, you absolutely could. But since we were taking the square root of individual numbers, we could just do that all at once and make it a little bit simpler, one step. All right, now as we look through here, we have multiplication, division, and subtraction. We have to do multiplication and division as we see them left to right. Now this one you really can't skimp on very easily. You need to do it one at a time. So here we have 5 times 6, which would be 30, and I'm going to recopy the entire rest of the problem and then move on to our next one. So next we have the operation 30 times 10, which would be 300, and recopying everything else. Now we have division. 300 divided by 4, and if we need to, we could come out to the side and do that division there. 4 goes into 30, let's see, 7 times, which would be 28. Subtract, we drop the 2 and drop our next digit, which is 0, so 4 goes into 25 times evenly. So 300 divided by 4 would be 75 times 9 minus 7 times 2. And now we need to do the multiplication. 75 times 9, which would be, let's see, 7 times 9 is 45. 5 times 9 is 45. 7 times 9 is 63. 64, 65, 66, 67. So this would be 675 minus 7 times 2. Okay, now we have to do this multiplication. So 675 minus 14. And then 675 minus 14 would be 661. So our final answer here would be 661. But if you did these in any other order, if you did all the multiplications first and then the division, you would get a completely different answer that would not be correct.